Good morning, baseball fans. Welcome to John Randall Field here in Wahpeton, North Dakota for the 2018 National American Legion Championships here for the Central Plains. Game 2 for Waupun Post 210, taking on the home team, Wahpeton, North Dakota. Waupun will be the visitors today, and the home team will be Wahpeton, as determined by a coins flip. Waupun is in the losers bracket for the first time in this season in any of the tournaments that they have played in, losing their first game 4-3 to Carrington, North Dakota, which was the runner-up in class, or the champion in Class B for North Dakota. So now they have to fight for their lives to stay here. Just up the fence line here on the third base side with me for the live stream is the radio broadcast, Steve Winterhack. Please pay attention to am1170.com to pick up the sound from the professional announcements. I will do my best to interject sound occasionally, but I recommend highly to listen to the professional. Introducing now the home team, Wahpeton. So far in the tournament, New London, who was the Double-A champion from Wisconsin, has been eliminated from this tournament. They lost this morning to LeSueur in extra innings, 2-1, in a walk-off walk. Still alive then is Carrington, North Dakota. The loser of this game here, Wahpeton, will be eliminated from the tournament. And Fargo, North Dakota. Fenimore won yesterday, so they're still on the winner's side. So you have Fargo and Fenimore and Carrington. And I believe that it was, I'm drawing a blank right now on who Wahpeton had played last night. I'll take a look at the program. But we'll be back here in 2 minutes for the start of this game. Welcome to Wahpeton, North Dakota. Here we go with the leadoff hitter. Jack Lenz is our leadoff hitter, playing second base today. Lenz has been the leadoff hitter all season. First pitch is in there for a strike to Lenz. First pitch at 10:28. 73 degrees here in Wahpeton. Next pitch is in there for a ball. 1-1 is a count. Breaking ball just misses. 2-1 is a count to Lenz. Lenz hammers that one foul. Much better performance out of Waupun Post 210 this morning, as they put up 2 runs on a Bryce Bermania double after Caleb Sauer walked and Jared Buckles walked. Actually, Jared Buckles flew one into right center, right behind the base, and the right fielder had a hard, long run to go pick that up, was unable to get there, and they ruled it as an error. Pitching today for Waupun is Vaughn Williston. Around the defense, you've got Cade Bronkhorst over at third. Shortstop is Braden Sanders. And at second is Jack Lenz. Right field is Jared Buckles. And in center field is Bryce Bermania. Typical left fielder is Baron Buckles. Behind the plate, Keegan Hartrink. Vaughnie last pitch at the state tournament in Osseo. Had a pretty good outing. Threw a little bit of too many balls to up that pitch count, unable to finish. And Waupun lost that game to Fenimore after Braden Sanders came in. But Vaughnie has been hot all season, sophomore on the mound. We'll see what happens here. We'll be back, am1170.com, to pick up the sound. After 2 innings complete here at John Randall Field in Wahpeton, North Dakota, Wahpeton just put a run across the plate, making the score 2-1. Bryce Bermania made one heck of a diving catch. The umpire said that the runner is still sitting on second base when he made the catch. Bryce popped up, fires over to second. The runner is halfway, which meant that he had to be super speedy, because Bryce was right maybe 35 feet from the base, and gets into third. No double play there, which then leads to a sacrifice bunt that scored the run for Wahpeton. Coming up for Waupun will be the top of the order with Jack Lenz, Jared Buckles, and Keegan Hartrink. I'm going to flip this off for a second just so I can fix the memory after the third period. So if you're listening, I'm going to be flipping off the game after the third inning to see if I can fix my memory to give you a better experience, as my CPU seems to be running awful high. All right, well, here comes Waupun here in the top of the third. We'll be back at the bottom of the third. Welcome back to John Randall Field here in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Inning number 6 and inning number 7. I'll be adding my 2 cents, but I would still recommend highly that you're listening to AM1170.com. For Steve Winterhack's professional broadcast, Bronkhorst up to bat. Bronk is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. .75 pitches only for the Wahpeton pitcher Schmidt. Done a nice job out there. That one's low. 2-0, Bronkhorst. Steve Winterhack over on AM1170.com, your professional announcer. Listen there, watch here. Jeff's live stream on YouTube of Waupun Post 210. Bronk gets a piece of that one. Out in left center. Hammered it. Nice catch out there by the left center. So Bronk got a piece of that one. One down for Waupun Post 210. Taking on Wahpeton Post 20. It's a double elimination tournament. 2 down, or each team here has a loss, so the loser will be done for the tournament. This is unusual for Waupun's situation, but help them battle their way back. Strike 1 there to Baron Buckles, who's up to bat. Baron is 0 for 2 as well with a strikeout. .31 is a count now to Baron. Making sure that this is working here. Coach Derek Stanky. 3-2 now to Baron with 1 out. Baron put that down the right field line, and that's going to be at least a double with Baron's speed. He may try and turn this to 3, and he's on a 2. Leadoff hitter. Oh, take that back. Second hitter up, Baron Buckles on base. Brings up designated hitter Braden Van de Zan. Buckles with good speed always. And this is a second trip to the mound for the coach, so I think that this will be it for Ryan Schmidt. Coach is taking it from him. Schmidt handed it to him. I don't think he wanted out. He still has got plenty of pitches left. But there goes Ryan Schmidt for Wahpeton. Great job on the mound for Schmidt. He only gave up 4 hits. And Wahpeton had 2 errors. 3 runs. You can see Coach Stanky down here talking with Van de Zan and Sanders and Baron Buckles, wisely sending the guys to the dugout to stay out of the sun while they're going through the warm-up pitches, get them some fluids. Winner of this game will be playing at 6 o'clock this evening. Lefty coming in. For Wahpeton. We're going to take 30 seconds here while he's warming up. We'll be back here on Jeff's live stream on YouTube.com. Please listen to AM1170.com for Steve Winterhack's broadcast. Unless you're at home, then you can just pick it up on the radio on AM1170, WFDL, and watch it here as we get ready to end this game soon. Top of 6, Waupun has Baron Buckles on second. Braden Sanders up to bat. We'll be back shortly after the warm-ups. We're back here at John Randall's Field in Wahpeton. Van de Zandt faces the new hitter. Nice job. Turns. Buckles over in at third. On the bunt attempt by Van de Zandt, Buckles was moving no matter what. Looked like that was meant to be a... I'd call it a hit and run, but it was a bunt, so it looked like a sacrifice. Infielders are in now trying to stop this run from scoring. That means there's plenty of room just to bloop one over the top of their head for Braden. Aaron takes a good lead at third. 2-0 is a count now to Braden. Van de Zandt in as a designated hitter after Nate Brown took a ball to the back of the head and not feeling too well yet today after that. That one's high, 3-0. It meant that Brown now came out of center field, put Bermani out in center field. Gotta leave Bermani's bat in. And a walk to Braden Van de Zandt. That'll bring up Braden Sanders now. Sanders is 0 for 1. 24, Braden Sanders. Warm here today in Wahpeton. Looking for probably a pinch runner maybe for Van de Zandt. Baron Buckles in at third base. Braden Sanders is up. Coach Stanky's calling for pinch runner. That's Jaden White. White did the same thing yesterday. Came in. Looked like one of those hit-run-bunt situations yesterday with Sauer at the plate. That pitch came up way over his head, and no way he could get on it, and Jane got stuck in the middle and got gunned out at second. Well, here today, Waupun is up 3-1. Very similar situation to yesterday. Runners on first and third. One out. Ball in there to Braden Sanders. Sanders is 0 for 1 today. Waupun's only managed 5 hits. 1 error. Yeah, I like the way that Steve Lenz scored that instead of giving that error. That one's down low, 2-0. Lefty is having a hard time finding the plate. Buckles getting a good lead there with the lefty. White over on first base. First and third, 1 out. Braden Sanders up the bat. That one is high. 3-0 is the count. Pick up some advice here from Stu Winterhack. 7 pitches, 7 balls. There's one thrown in there for a strike when Sanders taken all the way. So 3-1 is the count now with 1 out. Runners on first and third. Waupun with 5 hits, 1 error for Wahpeton. That one's outside, and bases are loaded now for the leadoff hitter for Waupun, Jack Lenz. Lenz hitting well over 400 for this year. So 9 pitches from Mars and ends up with 8 balls. Let's see if they're going to make another change or if they're going to try and settle him down or what's the deal. He's saying that's it. Brings in the right fielder. We'll be back as they warm up another pitcher and see what happens here with 1 out, bases loaded with Jack Lenz to come up to bat. And we're back here at John Randall Field in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Waupun Post 210 taking on Wahpeton Post 20 here in an elimination game. Bases loaded now. New pitcher in with only 1 out. Infielders are in tight to try and make sure that that run doesn't score, and up to bat is Jack Lenz. Lenz has been one of the hottest hitters on the team all season. Today he's 0 for 2 with a walk, so that means Jack is due with his hot bat that he's had up there to swing. From the windup, that one's a little bit low to Lenz. 1-0 is the count. Waupun has left runners on bases all over this so far in this tournament, unable to score them, but here's the opportunity right here to put this away for Waupun. Lenz, 1 out. 1-0 is the count to Lenz. That one is fouled off into the tennis courts. 1-1 is a count. Waupun with 5 hits. So far, Wahpeton with no hits. Scored to run on a walk and a pass ball and then a sacrifice bunt. That one comes over here to left field. Foul. Just missed it from the foul territory. Couldn't quite get the camera swung over there enough. Sorry about that. Jack is still alive at the plate. 1 and 2 is the count to Lenz with 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Waupun, the coin flip was designated as the visitors. Yesterday they were the home team. Quick to deal. That one's high with a curveball. 2-2 is the count now to Lenz. Lenz is the leadoff hitter. Don't have the numbers exactly. That one is punched over the center fielder's head, and that's going to score at least 2. Maybe Lenz is going to try and get in here. They're going to cut him down at 3. Looks like it. And nice job with Lenz to get in there with great hustle. Lenz with a triple. Scores 3 runs, clears the bases. Burned over the center fielder's head as Lenz got a great charge into that one. Lenz has had great power. Something that Jack Lepp worked on in the offseason to get himself stronger. Brings up Jared Buckles now. Buckles the hottest hitter right now on the team for this game. 2 for 3 with 1 RBI. Right down the middle of the pipe there with 1 out. Waupun now leads 6-1 on the Shield scoreboard over here at John Randall Field. Lenz just hit a triple and cleared the bases. Ooh, that one looked low, but Buckles, it's called on him, so 0-2. He was there once before and ended up getting a hit. Lenz has been clutch all year. It's great to see Jack out there hitting. One of 7 seniors that's on this team. That one's low. 1-2. Jack ages out this year. Jared Buckles now up at the plate. 1-2's a count. That changeup is hammered out into center. Let's see if Lenz is going to tag. He is. Lenz is going to tag, and he is going to make it all the way into home. Steps on the bait, loses his footing. Jared Buckles, nice job there with a sacrifice fly to score the runner out there. Sorry about that with the battery going dead on the camera. That one's in the dirt. 2-0 is the count now to Keegan Hartrink. Waupun, if not aware, 7-1 on 5 hits. That one's hit up the center by Keegan Hartrink. Hartrink again. First hit today, but he has been a hot bat. Courtesy runner for the catcher. Waupun put a 4 spot up here in the top of the 6th inning. Take a lead of 7-1. 6 hits now. Sauer up to bat. 0 for 1 with 2 walks today. Could be due for a hit here if something comes down the middle. Been on base all 3 times. The first one was an error as a hard hit. That one's a curveball way outside. 1-0 is a count. Sauer. Much better batting average during the Legion season than he had for the high school season. Well over 300. More than 100 points better. Now Sauer hammers that one over to the shortstop. He flips over to second and gets the out at second base. But not before Waupun is able to cause some damage here in the top of the 6th inning, putting up 4 runs on 2 hits. 3 hits. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning. AM1170.com. Listen to Steve Winterhack making the announcements here as you're watching the live stream here on YouTube Live on Jeff's live stream. Find it by going to Waupun Post 210, click on the link, or go to the YouTube page for Jeff's live stream. We'll be back with a lead for Waupun 7-1. We're back here at John Randall Field. Vaughn Williston still on the mound for Waupun with only 74 pitches. There's one in there for a strike in the bottom half of the 6th inning with Wahpeton, post 20, host team up to bat. In this elimination game, Jack Lenz just hit a base-clearing triple. Score 3 of those 4 runs that were put up on the board. Otherwise, Waupun had just been picking away, leaving runners on the bases. Scored 2 in the first. Nothing. That's fouled off. 0-2 is the count. One error so far for Wahpeton. It's listed as 2 on the scoreboard. That one is hit over to Bronk. Bronk takes his time, sets his feet, fires to Sauer, who digs it out there for a beautiful play for the first out. Good to see Waupun's defense getting back in here after they had a couple of errors yesterday. Some mistakes on the base pads and out on the field. Just looked rusty, which, you know, they had 9 days off, 10 days off, didn't play any baseball, had a hitting practice on Tuesday, but not much on the defensive side. Kind of showed a little bit for Waupun yesterday. 1 out now for Vaughn Williston on the mound. Fires that one in there for a beautiful strike. 0-2 is the count. Vaughn Williston. Ooh, nice pitch in there. Just about bit outside, I'm guessing. 1-2 is the count now for the Wahpeton, North Dakota hitter. That one's off for to Lenz. Lenz picks it up, fires to Sauer. Sauer is unable to pick it up, but Hartrink does a nice job of backing up. Lenz tried to fire that a little bit too hard and spiked it right in the ground. Sauer tried to block it, unable to do so. See how that goes. They marked that as an error. Once again, that is a tough play for Jack Lenz. He comes charging hard, unable to set his feet, tries to fire it over and spiked it into the ground just in front of Sauer. Took a bad hop, not a bad hop, good hop up over towards the head though. Sauer unable to get his glove up fast enough. Runner on base now. Still no hit. That one is in the dirt for Wahpeton. First error of the game. Just talking about how rusty they were, and now we end up having this. Runner, Vaughn checks. That one is hit onto the ground to Sanders. Sanders knocks it down. Fires over to Sauer to get the out. Wasn't sure if he had enough time. Good smart play. 2 outs now. The runner does get into second on the fielder's choice, but Sanders did a smart job there. He felt like after bobbling it, there was no way that he was going to be able to get the play. Waupun leads 7-1. That one breaking ball foul. Pithy up to bat now. 0-1 to Pithy. Pithy's 0 for 1 with a ball. Vaughn keeping the runner honest over at second. Turns over to Jack Lins. That one is hit on the ground. Sanders backhands it. Unable to get the throw in time, is able to stop the ball well. Good speed, though, from Pithy as he's running hard down the line. That puts runners now at the corners, and that should be the first hit of the game, and it is for Wahpeton. Ridenour now up to bat. Williston's only at 82 pitches here, so he can get himself out of this one right here. He should be able to go into the 7th and finish it. Could bring in Bronkhorst again, though, to close. Except for then he wouldn't be able to throw his full 105. Maybe you put Sanders in as your closer, or you put Romania in as your closer. I'm not sure who goes out to center. Then I would move Jack Lins out, move the designated hitter Braden Van de Zandt into second. That one's a little high. 1-0. The count to Ridenour, who's the catcher. Just a bit inside for Vaughn. Runners at the corners. Pithy with good speed running down the first baseline. I'm surprised that he can take rid of that force. That one is hammered to Sanders. Sanders sets and fires over to Sauer to get the third out, so no damage done except for the one hit is scored for Wahpeton. After 6 innings, Waupun leads 7-1. We'll be back for the 7th inning as Waupun posts 210 here at the National Tournament for the Central Plains American Legion at John Randall Field in Wahpeton, North Dakota. You can listen to AM1170.com for Steve Winterhack's broadcast of the game. Watch it here on YouTube Live with Jeff's live stream. Get the best of both worlds, get the picture and the perfect announcing with Steve Winterhack on AM1170.com. We're back here at John Randall Field in Wahpeton, North Dakota for the Central Plains American Legion National Tournament. Romania up to bat. Bryce hammered that ball with bases loaded in the sixth. There's another one that's hit. This one is hit out to right field. That could be over the right fielder's head, and he does a nice job of backpedaling and makes the catch. Nice job there by the right fielder. Bryce still makes solid contact. Once again, hot with his bat. Great job in playing center field today since Nathan Brown went down with his head injury after getting nailed in the back of the head. Kane Bronkhorst now out to bat. Bronkhorst is 0 for 3. Ball for Bronkhorst. 1 out. Waupun lead 7-1 on the Shields scoreboard that's here. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 is the count now for Bronk. Bronk in there. There's a nice breaking ball in there from Wick. That's 1-2 is a count. I want to make sure that I got that correct. I think it was Wick. Wick is how you pronounce it for Noah Wick. Bronkhorst goes down swinging. Good hard aggressive swing. Unable to make contact with the ball. Brings up 2 outs now. Brings up Baron Buckles. Buckles really good speed on the bases. Bronk a little frustrated as he heads back into the dugout after he gets his second strikeout. First one in there, Buckles, is ball. Next game up is Fargo and Fenimore, and I believe that Waupun will take on. That one's hit in between the shortstop out into left. Barron hit this second hit of the game. 2 for 4. Brings up the DH. That'll be Braden Van Izan. I believe that Vaughn Williston will be done for the tournament with his 85 pitches already, so I think that you'll see him in there. I think that he would have to have at least 3 days rest. That'll take him out of the tournament, so you might as well pitch him. Van Izan gets a small piece of that one with Buckles over at first. Waupun now with 7 hits in the game. Quick. Buckles takes off. That was bounced. Barron can come all the way over to third. Perfect steal. 1-1 is the count to Van Izan. Now we've got a runner in scoring position at third base here, so Braden can just punch one in here. Put another run across the plate for Waupun. They'll take any insurance runs they can get here in the top of the 7th. Van Izan fouls that one off, just a little inside off the handle. One, 2 is the count now to Van Izan. Playing DH today, 1 for 2 so far with a walk. Also has a scored a run on Jack Lenz's triple that cleared the bases. Van Izan did a nice job of waiting on that one. That one just falls off a little bit. Trying to get this game over with so that the winner will advance to the 6 o'clock game. The sun is starting to get right overhead here, so it's getting a little warm. That one's fouled off. 1-2 still is the count with 2 outs, with Buckles at third. Hopefully, Waupun can get this thing over with and advance to tonight. That one's a little high on the breaking ball. Brings the count to 2-2. Let's see if we get that familiar counts as deuces for Billy. There it comes. And then Billy with the deuces call. Van Zandt goes down swinging. Left a runner over there at third, but that's okay as Waupun goes at their 6.5, 7-1. On post 210 over Wahpeton, post 20. Now to the hitter for Wahpeton. Vaughn, 86. That one's hit, just outside of Sanders' reach. That puts the leadoff runner on for Wahpeton. Braden tried to get that glove in front, unable to do so. Second hit now for Wahpeton here in the top of the bottom of the 7th. Vaughn, that one's a little low. 1-0 is the count. Vaughn's got 20 pitches to work with to try and end this thing right here for Waupun post 210 and go a complete game. Should be able to pull that off. Three-0 is the count now for Vaughny. Can't waste any of these pitches here. Looks like I see Braden Van de Zandt going down to the bullpen to warm up. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1 is the count now for Vaughn. Throws over to first. No signal by the umpire, so I'm assuming that he's safe. And there's a walk now. One runner's on first and second. Vaughn. Trying to make it interesting, it looks like here. another ball here for Vaughn. Hartrink coming out to check things out with his pitcher, who's been on fire for most of the game here, trying to settle him down just so we can get through this without having to bring another pitcher in for Waupun. That's how they're going to have to play another game today. Making the assumption that Bronkhorst will go today. That one's fired in there for strike for Williston. 1-1 is a count now. Two 1 is a count. Making it interesting here. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Foul ball there. 2-2 is the count now for Vaughn. Seeing if he can finish it here. Williston had a great game going here. That when he fires in there for a strikeout for the first out. Runners now on first and second with 1 out for Vaughn. Manic with 2 strikeouts so far from Williston. Hartrink and Williston talking again, making sure they're on the same page. Don't want to give up any more runs. AM1170.com. Pick up the professional announcing over there with Steve Winterhack. And a huge thank you to Nick Rush out there for allowing Steve to come here and broadcast for the Waupun Post 210. Parents and fans greatly appreciate listening to the professional announcing that he provides for us. That one's fired in there, just a ball. I'm not sure where that one missed, but just missed. Bonnie fires. That one's missed as well. I'm not sure where that one missed for Bonnie, but that is ball 2 now. Bonnie has to be getting himself up there with pitches. 100 for Vaughn. Needs to try and finish this batter here, and then he's able to get the next one yet. From the stretch, with runners at first and second for Wahpeton. One looks to hold, concentrates, fires in there for a strike. 2-1 is the count now. Two 2-1 with 1 out. Two now on for Vonnie. That puts him at 101. 102. He gets this one here, he'll be able to finish the last hitter. Still has to make sure he can get this one though. There he gets a strikeout and he's able to stake and face this next batter with 2 down. There's his 103rd pitch. So he's able to take this next hitter yet. Steve Winterhack making a great point. If you're not listening, there's a strike in there for Vonnie. This will be his last hitter, so hopefully he can finish here and Waupun can get out of here, get out of the sun, go rest up. They're supposed to be playing at 6 o'clock, but we're already at 12:25, behind schedule. The next team, they'll do the field, and the next team is going to be coming out here to play, and they've got games scheduled every 2 hours, which huge difference to try and stay on time. So unless one of these teams is more dominant than another, and I can't imagine that happening at the national tournament here. That one is popped up and hit, and there's going to be a run scored. Runner's going over to third. Runner scores. Vaughn is done. Unable to get that final out. Waupun's going to have to bring in a new pitcher. Looks like it's going to be the designated hitter Braden Van de Zand who's going to be coming in. Wahpeton scored another run there. Third hit. Vaughn had got 33 hits. He's still going to be responsible for the runners at first and third. Van de Zand is going to come in. Good hand here from the Waupun crowd for Vaughn Williston. Did a great job of throwing all 106 pitches. Only gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 error. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Van de Zand's going to come in and throw. Big difference here between Van de Zand and Vaughn. Van de Zand is more of a finesse pitcher. Vaughn was a big, hard throwing fastball, breaking ball. 12:25 here. The sun is right over the top of us. Not sure if I made a wise decision to come out here and broadcast it from third baseline or not. Didn't have to look through the fence, so I think that gives a better view. But now I'm out of the shade, so hopefully tonight I'll be able to find some power coming down the first base line maybe and see if I can get over there. So the sun will be at our back again. I know the broadcast isn't as solid right now. I took the power off of this one, so I know that you're not going to have it as strong as you would like to have it. Just trying to make sure I can get packed up and I can get out of the sun here for a little bit. Van de Zand on the mound, as Hartring still behind him. Bronkhorst will be at third. Sanders is at second, or at shortstop. Jack Lenz is at second. Sauer is at first. Out in the outfield is Barron, Buckles. Bryce Bermani is still out in center field, and Jarrett Buckles is still out in right. Van de Zand now to face his first hitter, seeing if he can end this thing for Vaughn. Get the save. Actually, not a save. He's got... And he ends up picking him off over at first without even throwing a pitch, and that takes and ends the game. Van de Zand turns, fires over to first base. Quick sweep there by Sauer, and there's ends the game on a pickoff play over to first base. Wow, that ends the game here, and John Randall Field for Waupun Post 210 taking a win 7-2. Van de Zand on the mound, doesn't throw a pitch, gets the pickoff. Wahpeton now, the host team, is eliminated from the tournament. Waupun will be advancing to the 6 o'clock game. I'm sure it will not be at 6 o'clock, so if we're not on air, don't be surprised, but we will be here to share this next coming up game to find out who will be playing. Thank you for watching YouTube's live stream with Jeff's live stream. We'll be back here to broadcast the next game, and we really appreciate you following and listening to Steve Winterhack over on AM1170.com for his broadcast of all of the Waupun Post 210 games, given the great sound to the video that you're getting here. Once again, Waupun Post 210 7, Wahpeton, North Dakota 2. Waupun advances to the next round.